so in here, soft sections, but very much with that dome shape. Okay, that nice frontal sound. In these little sections, be careful. There's some tendencies where I'm hearing a little bit of the losing of this shape, and it's coming back just ever so slightly. I'm not going to say it's being held trapped completely in the throat. It's not that, but it's losing that. It's going sound that has to stay in that focal point. That's that opera singer sound. Do it from how about Don? Top of the page. Don Svavenza. Okay, and
okay.
Right there. And go. That's a better connection because it's all of those same motifs that are down there in that lower middle range for you and things like that. Keep that good sense of flow. You want to keep that vibrancy alive very much and connect it legato. Again, and go.
Salsa. Not salsa.
It's not salsa. Yeah. We might be getting hungry, that's true, but not quite that hungry. Salsa. Make sure the T is in that. T-S.
Okay.
Salsa. It sounds like you're singing a Z almost.
Okay.
Do from La and go. All of a sudden it is better here, especially in this descending line. The TS helps too. It was getting a little mushy almost in the sense of the articulation of the rhythm.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that TS actually helps you kind of springboard off with that dotted rhythm in there. Sa-ha-ta, sa-ha-ta. Just really good. Now this, I like everything except the G to me just sort of gets a little bit almost too much vibrato in it. Can you control that so it doesn't almost seem like it's a little flyaway on me?
You can try.
Think a little more core in the tone. I want vibrato, yes, but I don't want it to feel like it's going to go into maybe almost a quasi-tremolo.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So keep it in check so it's there, it's free, but it doesn't do that sort of thing.
Okay.
Do Al Ciel, how about there? And 1, 2. controlled in the sense that I didn't get this, and I think that you can play more with that. How did that feel to you?
It was easier. It wasn't as loud. I think because I wasn't as loud.
And that's okay. That's okay. Take a step back to move forward is not a problem. I don't want tension in the process, what we're doing. I don't want you to feel like you're having to push the sound out. You have more than enough sound in your voice to be projecting. So you don't ever have to feel like you have to give 110%. You don't need 100%, 10%. 90% is plenty for you to sing against most people. So just energize it, keep the freedom, keep the relaxation in here, and keep the focus. I think that was much more relaxed sounding, and it seemed freer to me. And you said it sounded easy. It felt easier to you as well. But I think as you get used to doing that, you will also be able to learn how much you can additionally add into that later on.
Yep.
When you're singing this with orchestra. That's a different element too. Okay, let's do verse 2.
Okay.
And yes. Also the TS there, just like salsa that we had before. Balsa. Also make sure, because it sounds almost like you're singing it. We're singing a Z there. Balsa, salsa, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, just because we're close to the
Balsa.
That's all it is. Do it from right on D. Let's go to the other extreme and let's look at that bottom note a little bit. I think it needs more of the sa, sa, ha, I mean, it's not that far, but it needs more of that forward bite in it. It needs more snarl almost in that sound to really be equal with the rest of what you're doing. You have this note. This isn't about what the note is, it's about where you place it.
Okay.
Do it from the D again. And go. That's position. That's just sa, sa. So the D, that position you have on the D, D, ba, sa. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily open the mouth wide to do this. So, but the inner space, that space behind the molars, yeah, that space right there, that you've stretched out into, that is what you have to maintain in the sa, sa. So there's that little snarl, if you will, that ring in the tone.
Okay.
To be able to really brass it out in that. You don't have to go into a big, I mean, it's a chest voice, it's not a belt by any means, but try it again. So don't spread it, don't think wide open. It doesn't need that. It just needs good focus. And go. That's better. That's better. How does it feel?
I just lifted up my back of my palate more.
Okay. Well, I think you can do that.
Feels okay. I don't know. It just feels the same.
Okay.
Just lifted more.
These are subtle little differences.